Hey, this is Garland Vance from SWAS Leadership. I want to give you a heads up about what's next for building your raving fans engine. Your goal for the next 2 months is to determine the components and measurements for operational excellence. Let me define these terms, operational excellence and components. The raving fans engine is comprised of 5 systems: customer insight, true leadership team, operational excellence, personalized service, and memorable moments. When you put all 5 of these systems together, they create the raving fans engine. Operational excellence is the system that we will concentrate on this quarter. Operational excellence, or OE, simply means that you deliver on your brand promise consistently. If you're a restaurant, you must deliver delicious hot food every time. If you're a software company, your software should function without crashing every single time. Operational excellence is the foundation of the raving fans system. It is in first place, both in sequence and in priority. If Apple produced beautiful computers and phones, but they shut down randomly or crashed, no one would become a raving fan of Apple. Why? Because they wouldn't deliver on operational excellence. OE is critical because it develops trust with your customers by meeting the requirements for high quality products and services every single day. Within operational excellence, you will identify 4 to 5 components. Each company will have a wide range of benefits they can offer their customers, but there are only a critical few that you have to get right to build trust. In a home building company, these are things like meeting building code standards, finishing the build on time, and clear communication with their customers as they make progress. You discover the operational excellence components by asking this question: what do they need to get from us in order to trust us? Let me give you an example. Chick-fil-A's operational excellence components are taste of food, speed of service, cleanliness of the restaurants, and attentive and courteous employees. In other words, with regard to operational excellence, the customer experience that they want to provide involves great tasting food that is delivered quickly within a restaurant that is clean, and they want to do this in a way that is both attentive to the needs of the customer and courteous to them. Notice that both of the companies I mentioned address both the product and the service in their operational excellence. So what does this mean for you? By the end of this month, we want you to determine your unique 4 to 5 components that make up your operational excellence. We will work on measurements for each of these next month. But by the end of this month, your executive team needs to determine the components for operational excellence for the whole company. You're not determining operational excellence for each division or department or for each person, but for the whole company. We will start by defining exactly what we want the customer to experience, and then later we'll work on what we have to do in order to make that happen. So what are your next steps? In the next 24 hours, we'll send you a list of your suggested components for your company. These suggested components come from our observations and interactions with you about this topic during our last workshop. Review that list and determine what you think the components should be. You need to come prepared to the executive team meeting with your opinions about what components of operational excellence should be. You'll find the date and the time of that meeting in the email that came with this video. During that meeting, we will lead you in a discussion that starts landing the plane on the components. By the end of this month, we will determine the components, and next month, we'll focus on the measurements. The plan also calls for each of you to engage in monthly coaching calls with one of the SWAS Leadership Raving Fans coaches. During these calls, your coach will discuss more deeply your opinion about the components. This will help you and us prepare for the upcoming discussion. Now, it's important to note, if you haven't already scheduled your coaching call, please pick your time within the next 24 hours. So here's a quick recap of the action items. First, set up your coaching calls. Second, once you get the suggested components, review them and decide what you think the components of operational excellence should be. 3, come prepared to our next meeting to discuss and decide the components for operational excellence. The first step in achieving excellence is defining it clearly. Let's take these general ideas that we all have and make them specific. And then let's go make it happen.